Mr. Roy Lawson, Mayor Chambers.
Here. Hey, before we go into the prayer, it's kind of hit me earlier, about an hour ago. Some of y'all don't know it. The niece of one of our county commissioners, Johnny Bruce, and the daughter of Matt Housley, who's got a local business here, she lost a battle with cancer. And Lacey is her name, and they lived the past few years, she and her husband, 3 children, over in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And what I'd like to do is something a little bit different. We did it last month for the former mayor. I'd just like for everyone to take a minute, give a moment of silence, and remember that family, and then we'll move on with the rest of the meeting, okay? So if you don't mind, have a moment of silence for that family. Thank you. Okay, to your right, you have several copies of some workshops and a special meeting, and then the May meeting. That's the minutes from basically the month of May. They're stacked on the right side. So I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes to look those over. If you've got questions, had a few workshops and a couple of meetings there in the month of May. Angelita, thanks for putting these together this way. I appreciate it, of organizing these. Do I hear a motion to approve the May minutes as they have been presented right here? Or do we need a little bit more time?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
A motion, do I hear a second?
I second.
Need a little bit more time, Vicki? Okay, that's fine. Good. Good on this side. All those in favor state by saying aye. Citizens input. Got anyone? Just here to listen. Okay.
No. I'm here with Caryville Jasper Utility. I'm on the lead.
Okay, on the agenda, okay, good deal, thank you. Communication from mayor. The one thing, and it is an agenda item, and I'll probably just wait on that, it is the take-home policy, and I'll skip on that. I do want to kind of go back to the last meeting, and David, I'm going to turn the floor over to you. We made a change with the recycling and went through about a 3-week period where we made a sweep each Wednesday, correct?
Right.
Would you update everyone on what the latest is with how the reaction was from the citizens?
It thought it would be worse than it was, but it went smooth. And each week it dropped down till now nothing. And so we're not even running on Wednesday anymore.
Okay.
Do have a lot asking them what to do to the cans, and we'll need to decide and make some kind of decision on that.
Okay, very good. Anyone else have any feedback from anyone in the town? Okay. Unfortunate, we didn't want to do it. Tried to take some recycling up to the tow stream facility, and they're still not accepting at least the cans and the plastic. They're accepting only the cardboard, so maybe that'll change in the future.
So what are we doing with the recycling can we still have out here if we get rid of it?
I don't know what to do with
Yeah. The trailer. Well, there's the recycling trailer. I
it.
mean,
I did peek in it today, and there was a little in it, so might want to leave it sitting there for a little bit, and then make some kind of.
but if they're not taking it, then why we just,
Well,
If an individual wanted to come and drop theirs off there, they could for now.
yeah, but, it'll still go up there and go in the garbage, but, let's say somebody, right, that's who it is.
Did you not say that you had maybe one or two folks that asked if they could bring their recycling over here, and they still felt like that maybe their recycling would go to a recycling point? Yeah, okay. That's, and,
I mean, if we want to stop the service, we need to stop it. Not tell half the people you can't pick it up and you bring it over.
yeah,
That's just my honest opinion.
and it's easier said than done, Josh. Some still wanted to correct after we even told them.
Yeah.
Some still felt like that they were doing their part to recycle. So let's see how it goes another month. We'll circle back around on this in July, and but for the most part, it has been completed, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Financial report. Does everyone have their financial report? Be behind the minutes. I want to hit a few of the highlights, and then if anyone's got any comments, questions, feel free to speak up. General Fund 744, 544.03. The adjusted general fund after the protection fees are taken out, 689, 567.07. You can see the state street aid fund over to the right, the 214, 635.43, and the general fund debt on the fire truck, 206, 508.14, which is a total of $421,143.57. That's both the notes, correct? So then getting into the actual funds, state street aid fund, $80,213.78. Industrial fund, 34,628.67. The drug fund, 34,090.38. You can see the revenue. May was a good month, which would have actually been April actuals. Just under 179,000. The expenditures were just under 156,000. If you're wondering where the town is in the budget, it should be right where you see the city attorney, I think, and there's one more that's it's 92%. There was one other one that I saw on there that codes officer, yeah. So numbers at the bottom. Sorry, my wife's calling me. She doesn't realize that I'm in a meeting right now. Just under $2.5 million, and the expenditures $1.7 million. Just under 70% of the year's budget spent so far. Open it up for any comments, questions.
Just comparing it back to last year at this time, we were 83%, and 23 we're at 86%. Not that bad. So
Vicki, do you have the actual numbers, or do you have just the percentages?
I have the numbers of the budget for 22, 23, 24. Is that what you want, 2 million?
Well, the percentages may be in line,
You
but
want the year-to-date expenditures?
yeah, what would the year-to-date
Okay.
expenditures be compared to
Okay.
last year and the year
May
before?
of 2024 was $2,373,383. This year's expenditures were $1,713,000.
Right. And then the year before that?
The year before that, $2,058,740.
So it sounds good. Probably have to dig into it just a little bit deeper to see if there was any type of, maybe one-time expenditures that were done in either one of those years. And Pat and I weren't here, so I can't speak to that, and I haven't looked at it to see on the comparisons to drill down. But it does appear that the spending has been down, but it would have to be drilled down into to get an accurate picture of
Well,
it.
if you go up there to see Gillen and Brown's budgeted $101,000, and we've only spent 39, so we only get 39%. So that's a chunk right there of savings.
Quite a bit.
That one just stood out.
Okay, any other questions? Any other comments? Okay. Can I hear a motion to approve the financial report as presented for the month of May?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Typically call roll there, right? Call
Ms.
roll.
Pat Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Josh Monday,
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Ms. Vicki Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Chambers.
Yes. Reports. Lloyd, would you like to start?
Yes. Street and Sanitation Department, make a report for May 2025. The guys picked up 56 tons of garbage, 3 tons of recycled, 17 tons of brush. They mowed throughout the city and cleaned, and mowed the parks, patched potholes, cut overhanging limbs, picked up trash on the side of the streets. I have something as to, I got something I need to add to the agenda. What would be the time to do that?
At the end. We'll just speak up and we can do that. Okay. Vicki?
I do not have anything at this time.
On the library report, we had 557 items checked out, 458 items checked in, 278 ebooks checked out, and they added 11 new patrons. They had 509 computer users, loaned 31 items and borrowed 26, held 18 programs with 83 people in attendance, with a total library attendance of 606. The month of May was very busy for them. Their book clubs have continued to grow. The Lego Club has concluded for the summer, as well as story time. They have 164 kids that are registered for the summer reading program, and they've enjoyed everything they've got to do so far. They've concluded spending all of their state and federal funds and are enjoying all of the new books. They've also received all the items from the tech grant, which included 2 new computers and office software for both the patrons and the staff as they have been installed successfully.
Can we add a June item to that? Caitlin, would you share with everyone, you had to change the date?
Oh, it was supposed to rain last week, so we moved Water Day to June 11th, or no, July 11th, my bad.
And
Yeah.
would you expand on that, just in case someone in here doesn't know, what do y'all do during this day?
For Water Day, we have water slides and bounce houses that the kids come and play on.
Approximately how many attendees?
Almost everybody comes to that one. That's their favorite day. So about the entire 164 will be there.
And you split it up into two?
Yeah, we split it up into age groups so the little ones don't get knocked down by the big ones.
Okay. Very good. Josh?
I'm
You want
good.
to share a little
I
bit
don't have no,
about your trip?
I don't have the report. Eddie's got some, Eddie's kind of out of pocket, and I think Joey worked to follow that.
Okay, the police report, there was 295 calls for service, there's 8 arrests, miles patrol was 7,445, mutual aid 10, traffic crashes 5, citations 15.
Okay. Hey, I do want to go back to communication from the mayor. I got a phone call today from County Road Superintendent, and we have been going back and forth talking with Ron about Ridge Road. And Ron dug deeper into his research and found that the county road has historically been assigned and paved the entire length of the road from 25W Appalachian Highway all the way to the end of Ridge Road. So he said they are going to take, I want to use the term loosely, ownership of the maintenance of the road. He did ask us to discontinue, cease the working the snow part of the road in the future. They're going to take care of that. They're going to take ownership of it, and that's the reason I wanted to bring it up to where, because I know a few of y'all have gotten phone calls about Ridge Road, and there are both city citizens and county residents there also that travel that road. The estimated paving time was sometime in the fall, and that was very rough, you know, depending on, I guess, when they can find their vendor to work out a date. So the second part of that was a discussion about Highway 63, and he did not have an answer on Highway 63 other than historically he thought that the county stopped at Bruce Gap Road. So there is a stretch between where Bruce Gap Road ends, right out here at this bridge, to right here at the Tennessee Motel, that I think has historically been maintained by the county, I think.
The last time this was paved, the county done
So he is looking into it further of what the historical data is on that. So for right now, we're going to be in a holding pattern until we get more of an answer on that. So,
it. That's good news.
yeah. Okay, let's get into the agenda. Second reading of ordinance number 2025-04 to adopt the annual operating budget for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025, ending June 30th, 2026. You have in your packets the same budget that was reviewed and voted on 2 weeks ago, week before last. At the last meeting, nothing has changed. We've not done anything to it. So with no changes, I want to go ahead and call for a motion in a second, and then we can get into any type of discussion or questions from that point. So with that said, would like to hear a motion to approve this second reading of ordinance number 2025-04 to adopt the upcoming annual budget.
I'll make the motion we adopt the ordinance number 2025-04, annual operating budget for fiscal year July 1st, 2025, ending June 30, 2026.
Got a motion, do I hear a second? Second. Seven. Okay. Comments, questions? that said, would you call the roll?
Miss Pat Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones,
No.
Mr. Josh Monday,
Yes.
Miss Beth Lawson,
Yes.
Miss Vicky Heatherly, Mr. Lloyd Lawson,
No.
Mayor Chambers.
Yes. Number 2, council to discuss second reading of ordinance number 2025-03, amending the general fund annual operating budget for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2024, ending June 30th, 2025, in the amount of $17,200. As a reminder, and it's in your packet, and I'll give you all time to get there. First reading was on May 29th, which goes back to our special meeting that we had on May 29th. It's already been passed. This was to make the budget amendment for the $17,200 in reference to the CDBG all-inclusive grant. Yeah, and there's a, right behind it, thanks for mentioning that, there is an email from Mitch Loomis going into a little bit more detail about, part of that goes to East Tennessee Development District in the amount of $2,500, and part of it goes to Cannon and Cannon for their part for $14,700. And this is, just as another reminder, this is part of the town's match in this, that the town has already, when did y'all pass this to go after this grant?
About a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Sometime.
I'll make a motion to give a second reading on ordinance number 2025-03, amending the general fund operating budget for financial year beginning July 1st, 2024, and ending June 30, 2025, amount of $17,200.
Got a motion, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I think he's, Eric seconded.
Just matter of discussion on it. That is part of the 77,000 that we figured as part of the shortfall for the upcoming budget, though, correct?
Should be part
I mean, we figured that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's part of it.
Yeah,
So that would make it,
yeah.
just to clarify that for,
Yeah.
okay.
With that being paid in this year's,
Right.
that would bring that shortfall down
Exactly.
approximately 17,000.
Some better than none, I mean, that's just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good point.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions, comments? Okay, let's call the roll.
Miss Pat Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Josh Monday,
Yes.
Miss Beth Lawson, Miss Vicky Heatherly,
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson,
Yes.
Mayor Chambers.
Yes. Number 3, discuss purchase of a 2025 Dodge Durango for police department to replace the 2022 Durango that was in an accident, including upfitting of emergency equipment. Brady or
We're just gonna take it out of the approval, take it out of the drug fund. It's a non-recurring expense. When you take, I know we got $2,000 from the insurance company. They gave for the vehicle. And we'll take about 21,000 out of the drug fund, and that will take care of the equipment and striping and all that, the vehicle.
okay, so the balance would come
Total
out.
will be $48,199.48.
Okay,
I make a motion to purchase the $2025 Durango for the police department with emergency equipment.
I second.
we've got a motion second. Ms. Dawn, you seconded.
Okay.
All right, questions, comments? All right,
Miss Pat Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Josh Monday,
Yes.
Miss Beth Lawson, Miss Vicky Heatherly,
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson, Mayor Chambers.
yes. Purchase of 2 laptops for the police department funded through the Tennessee Highway Safety Office grant.
Well, we got, three bids. The cheapest one was a Gary computer or software. It'd be for two of them, be a total of $7,028.16. We'll take $5,000 for DHSO and the other $2,028.16 out of operations of the budget
This year's?
this year.
Okay. Okay,
That's what our motion was, before,
yeah,
so we don't have to do, we shouldn't.
no, because this was the tabled item.
He found the money in his budget, obviously, that was our.
Operations.
So,
Is this for like 2 weeks?
Yeah, we started for like,
2 meetings ago, right?
yeah, we voted to spend the motion was to spend the $5,000 of the DHSO money, and then to find the money in their current budget
yeah,
to cover any additional cost, and they've done that, so actually, we should have a vote on it tonight, as long as they found the money, and
yeah, fair enough, okay. All right, we're finally to you. Authorize CJUC to send sewer use ordinance number 2021-03 to the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation.
Yes, this was voted on to change back in the 2021, and TDEC has requested for us to send it to them for their approval. I just need your approval to do that.
For some reason, I thought that I'd already talked to Frank about that, but maybe we didn't have it in the meeting to do it as an official thing.
I think he said he was going to provide you with all the relevant information for us, what it was actually for, which was protecting the criteria of the wastewater plant,
Yeah.
the LGO.
So, let's get past the, we'll get to it, and we're almost there, Angela. Okay,
I'll make a motion to give CUJC authority for the sewer use ordinance number 2021-03 to the Tennessee Department of Environmental and Conservation.
a motion, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by. Let's kind of go and call roll.
Ms. Pat Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Josh Monday,
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson, Ms. Vicki Hendricks, Mr. Lloyd Lawson, Mayor Chambers.
Yes. Okay. I think we had a couple, or at least one of them was a tabled item, and the garbage fee on number 6. We do have a sample ordinance from MTS. I have not sent that out yet. I am going to have Angelita send that out to everyone via email for everyone to review. Once we review it, we will either have a special call meeting, or this will be on the agenda for the July meeting, depending on whether we have anything between the times. But I got this late. I didn't get it out last week. Wasn't in a position to do it. So that's my fault, but we do have a sample ordinance. And I'm just gonna paraphrase it, is it basically says that the town has the range between $8 and $12, and it changes the language to increase the fee to $12. I'll leave it at that for right now. We'll get it out to you all, and then we can review it. If you have any questions in the interim, between now and the next time that we meet, please either ask me directly, or you can email back to Angelita and she can get it back to me. Take-home vehicle policy, that was a tabled item. So, don't talk about this, and we actually talked about it. I'd asked Freddie to get us a copy of what is currently being used in the police department. this is that copy. I have gone through it. I have marked out what's pertinent to law enforcement and changed some of the language. But that's as far as I've gone with it. So what I'm going to do is, Lloyd, I am going to make a copy for you. I want you and David to go through it. I want you to see if there's anything that needs to be taken away or added to it that's specific to your department, okay? Then at that point, it's probably good to reach out to public entity partners. Give them a copy of this and ask them if this is okay. And at the same time, since Adam's with us, maybe Adam, you take a look at this also.
Yep.
And we clean it up, right, and then we take out, we do some editing with it and get it to where it's in a presentable format. Fair enough? Okay. So we'll have that ready. And again, there was no timeline on this. There was no timeline that public entity partners put on this. It was just a recommendation to have that. So, fair enough? Good? Okay. So with that said,
Yeah, I want to suspend the rules and add something to the agenda.
okay.
We're going to be short a guy on the street and sanitation department during a few weeks.
Yeah, we need to go with that. Yeah, you need to make a motion to, let's do it.
I was just, do I have to make a motion to talk about it?
Yeah, again,
Okay, I'll
we'll
make
do
a
the-
motion that we, suspend the rules.
Wait a second. Okay, all those in favor, say by saying aye. Okay, all right, proceed.
Now I'll make a motion that we put out for advertising or whatever for a street worker. Did you say, were you looking for somebody with CDL?
With CDL.
If we're gonna be down a CDL person, we really do need that, so I would like to run that in the paper, see if we can get some people to apply for the position.
We got a job description.
Yeah.
Have you got it? You didn't? You bring it with you?
Okay, so let's back up just a little bit. You're gonna be down a person in the department as of what date?
What date those?
The middle of July towards the end,
Okay,
so I need to get working on it because a CDL person's hard to get.
yeah, okay. So with that said, to Josh's point, if you don't mind, let's get I'd like to see it, let's go over it, the three of us together, of what we're going to put in the publication.
We should have one here already that, where we've advertised before. The same thing.
You
Okay.
had a job description for them, then, did they?
Yeah, so in the interim, maybe by the next few days this week, today being Monday, by Wednesday or so, let's see if we can have a sit down, go over it, and then put a plan together of what dates that we can get this published.
There used to be a file in there with all the job descriptions in the district's office.
So-
Maybe tweak, maybe that, there should be a copy in there somewhere to go by.
So Lloyd, may not be necessary to do a motion yet.
Okay.
Till we get to that where we're ready and ready to publish it, and then we go from there.
Okay.
And, but the point is you're making the council aware
Right.
that,
I said, we'll have a meeting before he's gone, right, David?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, no problem there. No problem.
Needs somebody to come in.
I need
Yeah.
somebody to win, and it's done.
Okay, very good. All right. With that said, that's our agenda. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? I don't think it does. Yeah, I don't think it does. Yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do I hear a second that we adjourn? All those in favor say the same.